Morning folks, I'm on my way to speak to a guy about a recording that we received recently. He's actually going to give me a copy of the original this time, but I didn't actually get a copy of the original before. I had to sit in his lounge room and record it with my Zoom mic off of his mobile phone, and as I put in the notes, there was a dog outside barking, and my dog was in the car whelping a couple of times too. So that did come across in the audio, but this will be a much cleaner version because it won't be having any ambient sound that was present at his house the day that I sat there and recorded it with him. So hopefully things go well today and learn a little bit more about the location, and I'll keep you posted. All the best. G'day. So I've come out here to this spot on the coast where not only the guy who recorded the audio, but also he had a sighting out here a couple of years prior to the audio being recorded. So I just thought I would come out here for a bit of a look, and we've had a bit of a chat. He doesn't want to go on camera, so that's fine. But lo and behold, we've been looking along the track here, and if you have a look down here, we have found what I believe to be some juvenile thylacine prints. Really small, about 1.25 inches wide, so that's what, about 30 millimeters wide, maybe 32, 33 mils wide. Here we've got some really big claw drag on this one. Cats don't do this because cats do not stick their claws out when they're walking. They retract them. So this is not a cat. There are no foxes in Tasmania. And these prints actually match the sets that I've got from Victoria and also from mainland South Australia, which I'll put up in this clip for you to have a look at. So there's the prints with the scale. Now just down here there are some actual cat prints. Now they look very similar, but you'll notice there's no claws out anywhere at all. So these are about the same size. So I'll get me a little tape measure and we'll put it down here. We're looking at about the same width. What have we got here? A little bit wider maybe, it's hard to say. There's two prints together, so you've got a front print on the right and a rear print on the left. That's a bit smaller. The rear print is coming in at about a bit over 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, just under, and the front will be slightly wider than 1.5. So we'll go there. That's just over the middle where the 2 is. So yeah, I'm going to say nearly 2 inches wide for the front and 1.5 inches wide for the rear. So now I've poured a set of 4 there, but I've got that one. They're not as good in detail. I've got these 3 here. Then I've just got those 2 here. I'm adamant a cat, and these other 2 here from my tape that I'm adamant are not cat. So we'll see what we get. There's the other print just there. You can just see the base of the plantar pad there where it's stepped down before it's taken off through here. So anyway, not a bad day out. So here's the 2 little plaster casts. You can see with my big fat finger there that they're very tiny. This one here, it's got those gaps between the toe pads. There's no webbing between the toes on a thylacine, and that's why they have these gaps between their toe pads. And this one here, you can see where it's gone up on its toes basically and pushed itself up. It's created that claw drag. Now the ones I found in Victoria have that same claw drag. Ones on the beach in Tassie have that same claw drag, and the ones on the Coorong down southeast South Australia, which were an adult set of prints, but they also had that classic claw drag that I can pop in there for you to have a look at too. So interesting to find some juvenile prints that match up to the ones from the mainland really well. They're clearly not fox prints. This is in Tasmania, and fox prints don't look anything like that anyway. And I don't think they're cat because they've got that big claw drag there. So who knows? certainly not going to say that they're dog prints though, because we find these splayed toe kind of prints with this claw drag in unique sort of places all around Australia, often in a coastal setting, which is where these ones were too, oddly enough. So there you have it, what I believe to be some juvenile thylacine prints.
Going on, Neil?
Not much, not much.
Same here.
Pretty wet. Pretty wet over there.
Windy.
Been hailing here.
Yeah, I'm full on here right now. I'm worried about this big branch snapped out of the tree other side of my driveway. It's pretty full on.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it's going off a little bit. Yeah, hang on, I'll turn the light on. Yeah, right. So, you want me to just tell you how this went or what now?
Yeah, go for it, mate. Just give it to me in your own words.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'm not saying I've just got 2 sightings to discuss. I've got that audio that I recorded in the prints. So, it all ranged from about 2003 to 2021.
Yep.
2003 in a vineyard. I saw him what I believe to be a tiger. Up on a hill down from the winery. We're working on the bottom block. Would have been about 8 o'clock in the morning. We only not long got there. And we looked up this bit of a hill. Up to the winery would have been roughly, 300 metres. And, as we're walking up into our block, which like a few of us at once noticed, that, it looked a lot like a hyena.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was if it was trying to stamp on something. I don't know if it was what it was, mouse, frog, lizard, or who knows. But yeah, it just had its paws together and it's sort of leaning back and forwards, just as if it's just trying to play with it.
Okay.
Like stamping on it. I don't know what it was doing, no idea. But and occasionally it just sort of leant back further, like right back, and sort of kept dropping itself down onto it.
Yep.
And it had the old bum sort of poking up in the air, the way it was squatted down.
Yep.
When it was down. We couldn't look at it too long because it was working. We had to work.
Yep.
But yeah, I reckon it would have been there 20 minutes or more maybe. Plenty of time to have a look. There was like all of us in the vineyard at that block at the time, like no one said, it's a dog. Or, we was all confused, but no one even gave those a thought at that time. So, but that's about it for that. It was just up there bouncing around and sort of rubbed its neck in the grass a couple of times, a bit like a cat, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And how far from you was it?
I reckon up to the winery would have been roughly around 300 metres, and it was a bit over halfway up. It was like closer to the winery than what it was us.
Right, okay.
And it was just like normal dead grass, only like, 12 inches high or something.
Yep.
And, and it was just, playing around in there, and none of us could work out what it was. And it just so happens that this place is like pretty well the same location you see or hear of a lot of other sightings.
Sure.
Yeah, North-east Tasmania in this certain area. But, that's about it for that. But, like in 2005, I'm saying it would have been, coming back from a fishing trip. It was dark. Yeah, and there was something standing on the side of the road. I was actually laying on the side of the road to start with, like more on the road than off the road. I think, crouched down. Yep. And I sort of come up a bit of hill around the left-hand corner, and I seen it stand up, and I sort of couldn't make out too much because it started walking directly at me, so I'm only looking at it from front on, and I sort of thought, what the hell was that? And as it got a bit closer, it sort of turned in front of my car, sort of turned right and sort of went directly across in front of my car. And, into a paddock, because it's paddock both sides, the standard old paddocks. And, it ran into there. And, it had everything, the whole look about it. Like, I just parked up the road. I'm panicking. I'm like, what have I just seen? I couldn't even believe it. I still can't believe it now. But it is what it is. But yeah, mate, I parked up the road a few couple hundred metres, because I was bloody, my old legs are shaking. I felt a bit like jelly. I had to stop and just comprehend what just happened.
Yeah.
Obviously, I seen what I seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and that's about that. I didn't go back or anything. I was parked up the road for it to be well and truly gone by now.
Yeah.
And so I just kept on going back home. Yeah, and so that was a shock to my system, I'll tell you that. But then,
now that area where you had that second sighting, you've been there and found prints as well, haven't you?
Yeah. So one of these sightings was not in that area, but one of the sightings, the audio that I recorded and the prints were all in the same location.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, because the winery's a bit further away.
Yeah, but it's only probably 35k or whatever it is.
Sure, not that far.
It's not that far.
Yeah.
And with the audio, I was just sitting there up early, setting up my fishing gear at my shack, or not my shack, but setting up early. I made a coffee. I walked out onto the deck and heard whatever it was, high and low pitch barking going on. And I stood there for a while. I was like, what the hell is that? So I didn't click straight on or anything. And I went back in, ended up having that coffee. I went back in, made another drink, come back out. It was still going. I thought, hang on, I better get the old recorder out here. And I got her out. Man, I'm telling you, there's no dogs, none that I'm aware of or ever have been in that area. And even when me recording it, it sounded absolutely nothing like a dog.
Yeah, there's definitely two different tones and pitches in the yelps that it's making. They're weird noises.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's definitely not a dog. I mean, I know dogs. I've had dogs, Jack Russells. I've got this bloody bulldog thing now. Like, I've had every few breeds of dogs in there. Definitely not a dog.
Yeah.
100% Neil. Like, definitely not a dog.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I mean, now that I've gotten a cleaner version of it, because I've got an original without having to record it off your phone sort of thing with a microphone, there's no noise pollution in there from your dog or my dog in the car whimpering, wanting to come out.
That's why I wanted you to have it. I wanted to eliminate all that, so people can sort of forget about that.
Yeah, because it did come through a few times and it was kind of a bit off-putting, I guess. Bit of a distraction.
I think I did speak through it as well at some point as well, just whispering.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
and
but
I think
that's okay. Yeah. That's no big deal. I mean, there's still a really good amount of recording there, and I've managed to get the volume up reasonably well on it, so it's going to come up real good. So
awesome, as
I'm looking forward to putting it out for you. It'd be good to see what sort of reaction it gets now that it's been cleaned up a bit.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and because it hasn't been edited or whatever, like no one can sort of even say anything. It's just as it is. There it is.
Well, I sent it to that sound engineer guy in Adelaide who offered to compare it with sound waves to other breeds of dogs and stuff. So I'm looking forward to getting the info back from him. I'll let you know when I do, and we'll have a look.
Definitely.
We'll have a look.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in hearing that.
Awesome.
But yeah, I mean, the prints, the audio, a sighting, the one on here ran over, all in the same area. I mean... Yeah,
it's starting to stack up.
Yeah, mate, I'm just putting it all together. All we're doing is missing that last bit of the puzzle when I give it to them.
Yep.
I mean, they might have moved on from that particular area, but they might not have. Who knows?
Well, even if they have, they'll be back.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
They're creatures of habit, without a doubt. So
yeah, I am so confident. Like I said to you, Neil, I wouldn't be talking to you, mate, if I even had that smallest bit of a doubt. I don't want to come across as some idiot,
Sure.
I'm calling you because I know.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, I get it. No, it's an unusual thing that's happened, and it's right in the zone. So
yeah,
I can't compare that to any other known animal sound that I know of in Tassie. It's certainly not a barking owl, because there isn't any in Tassie.
Oh, no, definitely not. I mean, just listen to the way it was going on, and it was very, when I first heard it, It was like it's underarm stove front, just behind the shack, just behind a bit of shrubby stuff, but it was dark.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was close, and that's what I'm saying. People weren't there when it was that close. That's what I'm saying. I know it wasn't a dog. This thing was howling and doing all sorts of stuff. It was weird.
Yep.
So, hey, I wouldn't have pulled my camera out if I thought any different. I recorded it because I knew it was weird.
Yeah, no, you picked up on it good. It's excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought I cannot not record this. I've never, ever heard this in my life in this area or any area.
Be the perfect time to fly the thermal drone and go looking for it.
Oh, definitely. We're going to have to rig something up.
Well, we'll get it. We're gonna get onto it because I think the boys on the mainland need one too. So we might do a GoFundMe or something. See if we can get a couple of thermal drones.
Oh, that'd be great. I'm just that confident. Like I said, if it's still floating around this same area, I mean, I don't feel like I'm going to be wasting your time.
No, I don't think you are, mate. Not for a minute. Your audio's fantastic. I've heard the yips before, but I haven't heard them doing that triple yip like that. But the yips sound almost identical to what you recorded, but not in the repetition like that. The repetition thing, I'm pretty sure that's hunting.
Yeah, like that's the sequence sort of thing and of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Neil, I've got the bloody video out recorded. I mean, like at that time, even I didn't really suspect anything like that.
Yeah, well, it's a great capture what you've got there, without a doubt. It's the best audio that we've ever had given to us or gotten ourselves. So well done. It's nice and loud and clear. It's really good.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you liking it, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the phone, I had the phone in my drawer since, only pulled out recently. I thought, I wonder if that got smashed to pieces. You'd swear it had been run over by a car. I thought, what's the chances of getting that off?
Yeah.
And I took it in and they said they could do it. I'm like, you beauty. I just thought it was gone. I didn't even think about it. I thought, why bother? And one of my mates said, see if they can do some good shit those days, you know.
Yeah. No, they can rescue stuff if they've got enough, techno to do it. Let them do it. It's good. Yeah. It's well done. It's good. I mean, there's been a few photos that have been given to me over the years that were photographed with a really old mobile phone, and they're like about a 1 megapixel photo. So you enlarge them and they come up looking like just a game of Tetris. There's just squares everywhere.
Yeah, so,
but anyway.
Here's something weird barking out here.